Hey Happy Crew, HappiDaze here. In today's video we're going over my teams for the Kizuna. Apologies that I haven't had a lot of videos out recently. Work's been pretty busy as well as some family life stuff, so I'm just going to go over today in this video what my teams are, what I've been using. I did do 3 additional multis on part 2 of the Kizuna banner, so I did end up pulling Kureha. So I have both of the rare recruits for the batch. I didn't pull Chopper, is what it is. Not worth pulling, don't waste your gems. So yeah, let's go ahead and get right into the teams so we can show you what teams I'm using. So hopefully if you have those 2 rare recruits, but maybe not Chopper, I'll give you some ideas of some team building that you can do yourself. So for the first match today, we're going to go ahead and take on the side team that you see here. This isn't really a bad fight at all. A couple gimmicks on the second stage in terms of some paralysis you get, some special reverse. But ultimately, as long as you have a friend Captain Chopper, like this first battle really isn't that difficult to get through. So we're just going to go ahead and choose a friend Captain Chopper here. And we'll go through the team right here. I did pull the 2 new rare recruits, so we have Hiriluk and Kureha. So they work out fantastic for all this content. They're really tailor-made for this content, especially the healing mechanics that are there. So let's go ahead and get right into the stage 1. We're going to do some tapping just to kill these guys real quick. It won't be too much of a problem at all. You do want to make sure that you have a Slasher, Druid, or Cerebral unit for your crews, just because those are the specials that get rewound by the 5 turns, so just good to have that. So first stage 2, we're going to go ahead and really just use 2 specials. One is going to be the Ace special to help get rid of the paralysis. He also gets rid of 1 turn of special reverse. Works out lovely. And then we're using Blackbeard to just go ahead and give us a chain multiplier for the 3rd stage if you hit 2 perfects with his special. So works out really well there. Doesn't have too much difficulty, and that allows you to save your Luffy that you see here. Just do a ton of attack up damage on that last stage. So let's just make sure we hit at least 2 perfects. And you can see, we killed that second stage boss with like little to no problems there. So for the 3rd stage boss, it's really just using the main units for this event. We're going to end up using the Kureha unit to get rid of the bind. She'll also just help us get a bunch of stats there. Unfortunately, because the bind happens first, you don't get the additional buffs for the 30k heal because Chopper hasn't used special yet. So that's the downside to that approach, but it kind of is what it is. So let's go ahead and use the special and super type of Chopper. Then we'll go ahead and use Hiriluk special just to get those buffs and added bonus there. And then the Luffy special just gives us all end orbs, and it will just make it easier for us to just kill this guy without any problems at all. So I think out of the 3, I think the side variation is probably the easiest variation in my opinion. With the in being kind of the hardest just because of the amount of gimmicks that are there. So just like that, we got through fight number 1. And what's nice with this is even using a friend Captain Chopper, you get roughly somewhere around like 22 tickets per run, which isn't that bad. It's not the best, but it's for not pulling Chopper, it's not too bad at all. So let's go ahead and take on the Dex boss next. What's interesting about this boss is that he has a 2-turn special lock on the last stage. You can only use 2 specials. So we're kind of doing a kind of a weird strategy where we use Chopper and the rare recruits on the 2nd stage and basically just save the 2 bottom units there of Ace and that for just that final stage there, and it works out really well. Oh, sorry, Ace and Zoro there. So Zoro get rid of the increased defense on the last stage. Ace gets rid of their paralysis, so it works out pretty well. So first stage, we're just going to go ahead and tap. 2nd stage, where we'll use Chopper and the rare recruits to just go ahead and be able to take care of that without any problem. All right, so let's go ahead and skip through all this animations, which is kind of the biggest pain. We get rid of the hunger thanks to potential abilities of Chopper, which is great. You love to see that. So we'll use his special and super type so we can go ahead and get all those great heal bonuses there. And then we can use the rare recruits. The good news is because of the multi-turn buffs, like this strategy works perfect. Like you carry all your buffs basically into stage 3 without having to use any specials, which is perfect. So once we get to stage 3, we'll basically end up just using the Ace and Zoro Sanji special that we have at the bottom there. So you do get that little extra burn damage, which is always good, always appreciated there. And then the Zoro unit is just going to go ahead and move that defense up. And you can see we just have like so much damage, like it's not even a problem killing this guy. It's not bad at all. So that is the strategy for the quick boss. You just want to make sure that on that quick boss you are using your friend captain specials and the friend captain chopper special on stage 2. Make your life a lot easier. So let's go ahead and get into the final fight of today's video, which will be against the Int version, which in my opinion is probably the hardest because there's a lot of different gimmicks going on, a lot of different HP cuts. They kind of want you to use delay, but we're not going to be doing that. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and show you the team that we're going to use. Let me just hop over here so I can get my chopper friend captain back. Kind of weird how in the game that even though you could have the same leader in different teams, one will make the friend captain chopper appear and one won't. It's weird. I don't know why it works that way, but it does. So let's go ahead and get into this battle over here. The Sanji is kind of technically useless in this battle. He really doesn't do much. It's just he will help just do extra damage against the side boss. That's why we have him. So what we're going to end up doing is on turn number 2, you do get some burn, which is always a pain. You get some block slots as well. So using the special of Shanks there, he'll get rid of the barrier, which is fantastic. Lucci gets rid of the burn, just helps you there. You could use any other burn reducer who might be int if you have them, just to make it a little bit easier, your choice. But yeah, with just those 2 specials, we can literally get through the content without too much difficulty there. And then it's just a matter of doing your taps. So the one tricky part on stage 3 here, because you do get a 30k hit there, is you want to make sure that you do stay above 50% HP all times. And also, if you don't use the Kureha special there first, and if you heal, you'll end up dying. So you just want to make sure that in the order of specials, you want to make sure that using the Kureha unit first, that special first, just to make sure that you have, you get rid of that buff that turns the healing into damage. I'm also using the special of the chip there to do a 1-turn special reverse. That will just help us make sure Chopper is ready to go. We'll use his special and super type just to get that heal so we can activate Dr. Hiriluk's additional benefits on his special. And then we'll just use Shanji to wrap it all up and put us in a good spot to just do a ton of damage against this boss. So the only unit on this team who doesn't get, obviously, the boost to the damage is really just this Lucci unit because he's Dex. But everyone else is either getting rainbow damage or type advantage damage, so it works out perfect. So that's my teams. That's kind of how I'm getting through this Kizuna so far. I might post some teams later on of some non-legend chopper teams that are out there. But there's already a bunch of people who have videos out there, so it's probably better just take a look at some of those just because they're already done. But that's going to wrap it up for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is how you get through the 3 bosses of the Kizuna. I hope your Kizuna is going good. Let me know in the comments below. Have you got all the Wano skulls yet? Are you still grinding? And, is there anything in this Kizuna that you found interesting or want to comment on? So until next time, be kind to each other.